Hello and welcome to the second episode of Behind the Railway series, where we take a look at the stories of the Railway series and locate their real-life counterparts in history. Today we look at the second book of the series, Thomas the Tank Engine, first published in 1946. This volume focuses on the cheeky young tank engine named Thomas and his escapades while working as a shunter at the big station for the region. The first story, Thomas and Gordon, involves Thomas teasing the big engine Gordon and getting pulled away on one of the big engine's express trains. In Thomas's train, Thomas is finally allowed to pull a train of his own while Henry is sick, but he is in such a hurry that he ends up leaving the whole train behind. Thomas and the Trucks sees Edward letting Thomas pull a goods train, but Thomas's inexperience with trucks only leads to trouble. The last story, Thomas and the Breakdown Train, sees Thomas saving the day after the new engine, James, gets pushed off the line by a surging goods train. How did the Reverend Audrey get the idea for this book? Well, just like with Winnie the Pooh or Tom Bombadil, the book was inspired by a child's toy, in this case, a present given to Christopher Audrey in Christmas of 1945. The Reverend Audrey further explains this in the book's prologue.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them, because you helped me to make them. Your loving, Daddy.
Although the Reverend had envisioned Thomas as an LNER Class J50 tank engine, illustrator Reginald Payne decided to draw Thomas as a London, Brighton and South Coast Railway E2 class tank engine. All the stories in this volume are again based off real-life railway incidents. Both Thomas and Gordon and Thomas's train were based off some accidents on the Great Eastern Railway Jazz commuter service. And the events of Thomas and the Breakdown Train were based on a story told to the Reverend Audrey by an old LMS guard who worked on the Lickey Incline. Furthermore, both Thomas and the Trucks and Thomas and the Breakdown Train give a look into the science behind railway brakes. In the old days of British freight, the freight wagons were usually unbraked on trains, and the momentum generated made it difficult for trains to stop just right. Usually it took the power of both the engine brakes and the brake van to bring the train to a halt. Wooden brake blocks were common on older style engines on British Rail, but if the engine was forced to slow down from too high of a speed, the friction generated by the metal wheels rubbing against the wooden blocks could cause a small fire. And usually, there would be no useful tank engine to help with cleaning up the resulting crash. Upon its release, Thomas the Tank Engine was yet another great success for the Reverend Audrey and his publishers Kay and Ward, leading to further stories to occupy the Railway series catalog. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and also leave a comment below. Until next time, I'm Captain Rutledge. Good day.